Like maybe you're eating your meal and then somebody tells you that you need to counsel a patient like literally every 3 minutes. It fucking sucks. What up, guys? Have you guys ever tried dieting in the pharmacy and trying to eat 6 times a day, but then you miss your meal and all that? Who the hell has time for that? Well, today I'm going to be going over a diet that has worked for me in the pharmacy, and personally I think it's the best diet if you're a pharmacist. So maybe you're in the pharmacy, and over the years in pharmacy school, maybe you ate too much of that APHA free pizza. You have that little extra tub around your stomach and whatnot. You look at yourself and you're miserable. You feel hella bad because you look hella fat after pharmacy school. And so you scour the internet, try and look for the best diet. Maybe you go on bodybuilding.com, maybe you go on Reddit, you go on these different sites, and maybe you decide to do a bodybuilding type of meal where it's high carb, you're eating 6 times a day and stuff like that. So what do? You bring your Tupperware to the pharmacy and you go in, your alarm goes off telling you to eat. You're like, oh shit, maybe I just gotta help out this one patient. And then next thing you know, your second alarm goes off. And then by the end of the day, you're left with a whole stack of Tupperwares and stuff. And you're like, fuck, like I missed all my meals. And you're like, I'll never be able to lose weight like this, right? And so there's so many different options. There's like vegan, Atkins, there's paleo, there's so many different diets out there. So how do you know which one is the best one, especially if you're in the pharmacy? Because I feel like a lot of time our lifestyle is very different, especially you're working. Like with a lot of us pharmacists, like some of the things that we go through that a lot of other professions don't is that we work 12-hour shifts. Depending what state you're in, sometimes you don't even get a lunch break, which sucks, you know? So you find people working 12, 14-hour shifts, right? And not being able to eat. A lot of time with us pharmacists, we can't even leave the pharmacy, which really sucks. Forget meeting up somebody for lunch. It's not gonna happen, because if something happens on your watch, it's on you. And let's face it, a lot of our patients, they're not very patient and they want everything right now. And I feel like that's a huge strain on pharmacists too, always try and meet their demands, right? So then, you know, for me, I've tried a lot of different diets. I've tried eating 6 times a day back in when I was a technician. I tried low carb, high fat. And what I realized was that there's 2 ways to manipulate diet. You can always change what you eat and change the macros around, right? Or you can change the timing which you can eat. And so today I'm going to be going over the timing of eating, right? So then I remember I was like going through all this shit and I was like, fuck man, like it really sucks missing my meal every single time. I feel like I can't hit my macros and all that. So I was like, fuck it, there has to be a better way. And something that doesn't require me to eat all the freaking time, man. Especially me being like a huge diet and like fitness nerd back in the day, like in college. One of the things that really popped out at me was actually something called intermittent fasting. And I honestly think this is the best way for if you're a pharmacist and you want to lose some weight, or you need to maintain your weight and maybe you don't have enough time for the gym. I think this is a great way to actually start dieting and try this out, you know? Even though there's different ways to do it, one of the most common ways to do it is fasting for 16 hours and doing 8 hours of feeding period. Typically what I do, I usually fast throughout the day, and then when I come back home, I'll just eat a huge meal to hit all my macros at once, right? If you ask any of my roommates, half the time, like I'm eating right before I go to sleep, which, you know, a lot of people say that's really bad, but honestly, this diet has been working really well for me. And some benefits I actually find from it is that, you know, my energy levels are really stable. You know, like sometimes when you eat like high carb meal like pasta or anything like that in the afternoon, I'll just have this huge crash and I'll start getting cranky, I start getting really irritable, and that's not good, especially if you have patients' lives in your hands, when you have their medications and trying to counsel, and when you're feeling like ass, like you're not gonna do a good job. Another thing that I really liked about it was that I got to drink a lot of tea and then a lot of coffee. And depending what you like to drink, like I drink like chameleon, cold brew, organic bullshit. I also drink a lot of tea as well, and that usually keeps me very satiated throughout the day. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. And even though it kind of was really hard at first, like After the first 2 weeks, after drinking seltzer water to help fill me up and coffee and tea, I just felt great, man, on this diet. And for me, my energy levels were really high. Also, when you save all your macros for the nighttime and you're doing if it fits your macros, you don't feel like you're missing out. Sometimes, like, if you break up your macros throughout the day, you eat like, I don't know, one piece of bread, a salad, and some tuna, and then you find yourself making all these weird meals. But if you can create one meal that satisfies you, like typically I'll have hot dogs and well, since I'm on keto, typically I'll be having hot dogs and vegetables and stuff, and I really don't feel like I'm missing out. I think it's actually a really great way not to feel like you're missing out, and I think that's one of the keys to making it a lifestyle. Sometimes I feel like, you know, if you're eating in the pharmacy, you're always gonna get interrupted. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're eating your meal and then somebody tells you that you need to counsel a patient like literally every 3 minutes. It fucking sucks, dude. I think like when I'm at home, when I can just eat in peace, it made it a lot more enjoyable for me. I didn't feel as pissed off, you know? You're trying to enjoy your food, you just want 10 seconds of peace, and you're expecting to eat this meal. But at the end of the day, what intermittent fasting really taught me was that having sort of these restrictions of pharmacy or whatever really taught me to think more creatively and think of better solutions for myself, right? It also taught me to look for win-win situations, right? So this is a win for the company, obviously, because I'm higher energy, I can provide better care to my patients. It's a win for the patient as well, right? And for myself too, because I think there's a huge difference between wanting to eat and being unable to eat than choosing not to eat during the middle of the day. If you want to know more about intermittent fasting, please comment below. I also do keto for myself as well, and I've been seeing really good gains on it. And what I learned through dieting is that it doesn't have to suck, and you just need to find something that works out for you. No matter what diet, some diets work better than others, and I think intermittent fasting and keto are the way to go, baby. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time. Peace.